Would you ever just throw a McDonald's bag on the floor of your home and leave it there? Simple choices can go a long way in keeping a nice and healthy planet. The earth is home to everyone, and everyone should treat it as such. Three simple things people can do to take care of their planet is not littering, recycling products, and being conscious of power and water usage. The first thing, littering, is a very dirty and unsanitary practice, and it's born out of straight laziness from people that just don't feel like holding on to garbage long enough to reach the trash can. This is very bad for several reasons. First, it's aesthetically unpleasing as places end up looking like this, and on a study by KAB, Keep America Beautiful, said that there was 1.1 billion pieces of litter just on Texas highways alone. A second reason that litter is bad is it does stuff like this to animals. This is a turtle, and when it was small, it got a circular piece of plastic stuck around it, and as it grew, its shell couldn't grow, and so it became deformed and like that. Many different animals, such as birds, walruses, and lots of different kinds of fish, get harmed and killed every year by litter that people just throw around. It's very easy to not litter, and there's really no reason to do it, and it costs America $11.5 billion annually just to keep litter off our streets. And even then, it's still dirty. It's just not as dirty as it would be if they didn't spend that money. My second point is recycling, because even when you do throw stuff away, it's not gone. It goes to a place like this, which is a landfill, and it takes up space as well as things and landfills biodegrade, and it's a process called leaching where the water drips out of the landfill into clean water sources and it becomes very toxic. The average American produces 1,600 pounds of trash each year by themselves. This was a study ran by the Environmental Protection Agency and is very accurate. And 70% of trash can be recycled. So 70% of what you see there is potentially to be reused, and it's not just because people are lazy, because recycling is also a very simple thing that you can do. All you do is just put it in a different bin, and then if you don't have a designated area to pick up trash like we do here in St. Cloud, you would have to bring it to a recycling center yourself. And then aluminum cans by themselves, when you recycle an aluminum can, one can converts 100% into another can. So if every aluminum can was recycled today, we would never need more aluminum to make more aluminum cans. Something even simpler than recycling is being conscious of power and water usage. It's a very easy thing to do, and it's just mostly knowledge. Like, you have to be aware of what you're doing and power that you're using and water that you're overusing. When you go to brush your teeth, if it takes 2 minutes, water flows at 2.5 gallons a minute. That's the regulation for our pipes. So if you brush your teeth with the water on, you waste 5 gallons of water in 2 minutes, which you could have saved just by shutting the water off while you were brushing and then just turning it on at the end to rinse. Another thing you could do is put a brick in the tank of your toilet, because the way toilets work is the tank holds a big thing of water, and when you flush it, that water goes into the basin of the toilet. So putting a brick in the toilet would let the water amount go higher, and it would require less water flowing into the basin that would, in the end, flush the toilet. So it's not needed, that extra water, and that is more water and more money, because water and electricity both cost money, and that will be saved as well. Power is very easy to save, because sleep timers on TVs, there's lots of people that I personally know, I'm sure everyone else knows as well, that keep their TVs on when they go to sleep, and then it just doesn't get shut off until the morning or until somebody else comes into the room and shuts it off. So all night the TV's running for no one to watch just because of a silly habit that people have gone into. And it's very simple to get out of. They've made TVs have timers on them so that they will shut off automatically once you go to sleep. And after a certain amount of time goes by, and the TV will shut off, and you will no longer waste all that power unnecessarily. Then there's a matter of phantom power, which comes from leaving devices plugged in. That even when they aren't being used, studies have been done by Google where they had a saving power, it was called Black Hole Project, where they tapped homes and found out how much power was being used and how much of it was unnecessary. Where they found out that a pretty decent percentage, around 15% of power was being generated by electricity, like items plugged in that weren't being used. Like if I use this charger, if I just left it plugged into the wall, the computer, even when it's fully charged, it's still drawing power. And that little light right there is going to continue to use power even though it's not being utilized at that moment. So stuff like that is very easy to avoid, and you just have to know and you have to be willing to take the steps to dodge those wastes, and it's very simple. To conclude, there are 3 things that everyone can do to save electricity, to stop littering, to keep the planet healthy. And these are not littering, being conscious about power and water usage, and recycling. All of these things are extremely bad for many reasons, one of which is the environment and its overall health, just a clean or a healthy planet because animals get affected. It's a clean planet because it's the picture you saw it was just dirty, and it's no one like it's your house. Why would anyone want to throw that stuff on their floor? It just makes your house dirty, and there's no reason for that. And it's just simple steps that you have to do to avoid it. And then saving power and electricity, because those things, while being indefinite resources as far as water goes, only 3% of water in the world is drinkable by us, and that's what we use for most of our stuff that we do. I don't know why, like there's no reason to use clean water to go to the bathroom and such, but it's just we've gotten to that habit in this country. And another reason that you would want to save water and power, even if you didn't care about any of the environmental reasons, any of the aesthetics of the situation, just economically, fiscally, you would want to save money and keep it. Like everyone wants to do that. There should be no persuasion needed to save money. Like it's common sense. If you click a button and you save money, why wouldn't anyone do that? And they keep doing it, and I hope with this presentation you can see that it's not worth it. There's simple things you can do that will help you save money, that will help the environment, the animals, and will keep the world a healthier and safer place.
Amen.
Thank you.
Is that you thought?
And